Now, you've been a thought leader in this space, and one of the things that you recently pointed out was that the space needs a new type of regulation. What do you mean by that?
Actually, we need to clarify definitions. We have to give it legal certainty and sandboxes so that innovation can flourish. And this is, I think, extremely important because I've talked to some universities, especially MIT. They're working and trying to understand how price volatility is connected to legal certainty or uncertainty. So I realized that we have to act a bit faster to see interesting solutions and applications taking place.
How do you see DLT, distributed ledger technology, facilitating regulators to be able to tackle this space a little bit more readily?
Well, I can see potential in each sector that you can imagine. Of course, in terms of governance, I can see identity issues being resolved. I can see, of course, as I said, the smart contracts coming up, crowdfunding, so it would help to get liquidity for SMEs, small companies. I see solutions that will remove friction, a lot of intermediaries, the controllers of the intermediaries platforms. So I think we can get very interesting solutions. And since we're working on the digital single market for Europe, blockchain can help us a lot to that. But we're waiting also for the technology to develop enough.
So where do we draw the line between too much regulation and not enough? Where is that fine, happy medium?
Yeah. So my approach is, of course, supportive to innovation. So we're innovation friendly. Business technology neutral. These are the principles that we're trying to follow. And respecting, protecting the consumer, the investor, but at the same time not stopping the innovation and the technology. So let me just give an example. If you want to invest on an ICO, I think anybody would love to see if it's a credible one, if the team is accurate. I know people are asking people if they are actually the ones that they are mentioned. If there is a legal jurisdiction and which one is this, who is the legal responsible if something goes wrong? If there is actually a project or a product. So if we manage to give them a definition, some credibility, maybe verification, I think this would help people to make the right choices. So we want to provide them with options, not to point fingers basically, but so if you want to go and spend your money on something that it's not credible or it's blurry, then it's your responsibility. But we have to make sure you understand it. It's like the GDPR. The way your data are being handled, you have to give consent, but you have to understand what you're giving consent to.
What are the biggest differences that you've seen in how this is regulated in the European Union, overseas, versus here in the US, stateside?
I would say we're more careful. We don't try to block innovation, and we did not name, for example, all the ICO securities or the tokens. We also identify utility tokens, and we understand we have to create new definitions. I think this is important, and we have maybe even a more open approach. I think I see in the US, in this case, they are a bit more conservative. But I also see strong politicians fighting to find solutions in decentralized applications, and I'm really happy to see that.